Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's a social production. We're doing it on November 6, 2024. Welcome back. It's another episode. If you're just joining us today, buckle up, buckle down. Where can you find these videos? On Instagram. Follow me there. Subscribe on the YouTube channel so you get the full-length videos all in one piece. Check out patreon.com/RobSadri if you'd like to fiscally, financially support this show. Watch it grow. It's independent. It's teeny tiny, but nonetheless, we're out there doing things and growing each and every day. Congratulations. Wagwan, everybody. If you're tuning in from Canada, hello. If you're tuning in from the United States of Americas, down south in Mexico's further down south in South America, over there in Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, Australia, Senegal, Portugal, France, Zimbabwe, over there in Nigeria, Nairobi, back over there in Thailand, back over there in Bangkok, China, Russia, all around the world, because we're a global syndicate doing it, but most importantly, Americas, Canada and America, numero uno. Oh, we're doing it. Congratulations. It's over. We did it again. You did it again. No, you did it again. But like collectively, we did it. Congratulations. Can we have a moment to congratulate everybody? And I believe this is what you call a landslide. When the land slides, when the land is slippery, when the land is slipping and sliding on the land is what they call a landslide. You better get on that slide, son. You better get on the landslide if you want to be slipping and sliding. We did it again. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations to Donald Trump. Congratulations to people in Americas. Congratulations to J.D. Vance. And congratulations to all of us, really, in and around the world. Oh, it's exciting times to be alive. USA, USA, USA. USA. Hell yeah. And the people chanted USA. Yes, we did. Yeah, we did. Hell's yeah, dude. It's exciting times. It is hella exciting times. I waited up last night as long as I could just to see what's happening. And I went to sleep feeling confident. Feeling like I've been on a landslide. Feeling like I've been slipping on a land. Slipping and sliding because it's wet. Be careful when it's slippery when wet during landslides. And we came in hot. And we came in even, and we continue to go in there. It was great. It was a good election. I'm satisfied with what I've seen, and as far as elections go, and it's behind us now. There's only to the future is where we're looking at, and nowhere else. Like straight ahead is where we're looking at, and nowhere else. And it's exciting time. It's a great message for the entire world, not just the U.S. It's optimistic. It's hopeful. It's things and such, and it is optimistic and full of opportunities and optimism and ready to build greater, better, stronger, with more strength, double the strength, triple, 10x the strength, nay, 1000x the strength. It's gonna be good. I hope, I believe. No, I really do I want to see people getting to work in positions of power to make it so that everybody, as many people have a chance at making a great life for themselves and their families. And people all around the world took note, and they also went ahead and did the same thing. They followed suit, or something along those lines, more or less, followed suit. And everybody was happy because we did it again. We won big. It was a good victory. We won big, ladies and gentlemen. We did it again. You're gonna have a lot of material in the next 4 years. We're all gonna have a lot of material to work with. It's gonna be good. It was a landslide. I like landslides. You like landslides? Does everybody like landslides? It was good. I feel great. Because it's like a weight lifted from our shoulders, despite the fact that there was nothing on our shoulders to begin with. But nonetheless, it gets you going. The elections get you going. I could only imagine what it was like in the U.S. because I'm over here. We're in the Canadas, of course, but it's behind us now. And again, only things to look forward to together as a team, as cooperating team members of one large team, aka the human family. And Nothing can get between us now, except like, you know, if there's like dividers, like when if there's lines and there's like if there's lines and like there's people ahead and you're standing in the line, and so you know, and then there's people behind you, so you could be in between people in a line. Nonetheless, you could be in a maze and there could be people again in the maze that could get in front of you, or you could be between people in a maze. And we're all chasing cheese. We're all chasing Fetty in a maze, but no one's standing in your way. But look, nothing divides us. There's only one thing that divides, and money divides us. But money will bring us together, because now everybody's gonna get rich. Fuck yeah. That's us, dude, giving it to poverty and unforeseen circumstances, and lifting each other up in a boat. I don't care how many people can fit in a boat. Get in here. We're all gonna rise and build a bigger boat while we're on this boat. Building boats on top of boats so that everybody can float like ball sacks, like a nice sack of testicles floating like a buoy in the ocean. But it gets larger and larger as time goes by, because people got together like, this ball sack is cool because it floats, but we need way more room to make it available for everybody to grow and float above. There will be some who are on the bottom of the sack, of course, deep beneath the surface of the ocean, just, you know, but all around, wrinkly all around, equally as wrinkly all around, which is nice. So we won big, and I like winning big. You like winning big. Who doesn't like it big? They say size doesn't matter, but size matters. We won. Hells yes. Hells yes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. It is Wednesday, of course. I'll say this, new things are happening in and around the world. As per usual, interesting things are happening. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, rumor has it, fisting is now the new high five. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Fisting is the new high five. It's the new handshake. People all around the world have, because now we're bringing people closer together. Nothing brings people, you know, because you shake a hand. What even is that? You'd fist pump some, but what even is that? People used to get in and hold each other. Used to grab a hand, maybe with two hands, and do a proper handshake where you grab the palm of somebody's hand and then you cup the elbow or, you know, forearm with the other hand, typically your left hand, and you kind of like, and you slip and slide up and down each other's arm, greeting each other. And then that evolved into the high five, the low five, the no look behind the back, the pass it around, dunk it, high five, all around. Fists coming, but that's 2024 is behind us, baby. Fisting is the new way to greet your fellow society members, family members, friends, acquaintances, business partners. Next time you get in a business meeting, instead of going around and making an impression, that's going to leave everybody questioning. Am I going to remember who I've shook hands with? Am I going to remember who I've nodded and winked at and point a little index finger to them, like, oh, right there, just, oh, I see you right there. Was that good enough? Or perhaps I should go a step above and beyond, make a memorable introduction, and hence introducing fisting. So you remember everybody and their names too. Oh, that's Susie. I remember Susie. We met at the convention. Fisting, Susie. And she fisted you right back. It was nice. Who's that? That's Alex. I remember Alex. Alex fisted. We fisted together. I remember you. And leave an imprint in there. Go into honka, grab something in there. Fisting. The new high five. Taking the nation by a storm. Oh, rejuvenating relationships. Bringing people closer together. Fisting is the new hello. You go into, and it's global too. I know you're like, maybe different cultures, maybe different countries have different routines in terms of greeting. No, they don't. We're all the same. Quit it. I don't care. You get to Japan, you fist. You get to United Arab Emirates, you want to watch the UFCs, fist. Oh, the sheiks, the Arab sheiks, the princes, they love fisting. Europeans, don't even get me started. Forget the kiss on the cheek. Fisting is the new way to greet your fellow human beings. That's what they say. But apparently it might just be rumors. I don't know. I've heard of it. It might be the new thing. Your elders love it when you greet them from afar and then get close by. They haven't seen you in a while. Fist them. Go ahead, fist them. Have them fist you too, so that you really remember the bond, so you can one day, in many a decades, hopefully, many a decades, far from today, of course, many of them, when they do eventually depart from this realm and go into the next realm of existence, and hopefully take some time, of course, to do the otherworldly activities, and then eventually repeat, recycle, come back, or go to another planet like ours. Nonetheless, you could always look back and be like, Grandpapa, I remember when we fisted, greeting each other. That was good. So do that, because apparently rumor has it that's the new way of greeting. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, but before we get into it, because it's just a little bit of stuff that's like left over from the election, because I'm learning, I'm growing, growing each and every day. Thank you. Like many of you guys and gals out there, it's nice. I had to learn about swinger states, swinging states. What are they? Because they said it comes down. The election comes down to swing states, swinger states, swinging states, states that like to swing. And I didn't know what that meant, so I had to do my own research. But before I went and learned it, what I learned it on the internet. So I did a little bit. I extrapolated. I'm like, well, what is swinging? I know what it is. I've swung, swinger right here, swang from the swing I swang from the swing when I was came out the womb swinging. You know what I'm talking about? Playground shit. But that evolves. You leave that behind. You grow. You learn. But swing, they said because it doesn't matter what the other states do and do whatever. And I'm like, okay, then why do we? If it comes down to the swing states, then why do we even vote in the other states? But then not that it doesn't matter, but like you got. And then I had to learn. Well, if there's swing states, what are the other states? You have solid states. You have firm states, like states that are typically historically red or blue or whatevs or purple. No. Exactly. Red or blue are reliable states that for sure. It's been like 2-3 decades or even more. They've been red or they've been blue. But then the swinging states are the perps. Them's the ones that you never know which way it's gonna. And I read that it depends. Whoever gets the swing states gets the win, gets the W. And I'm like, where are these swing states? Because I'd like to visit. I'd like to engage in swinging myself. Who are these? The entire state is out there just wife swapping and husband swapping or mate swapping in general. You never know and I get it, you never know with these folks. You never know which way they're gonna go. Are you gonna go with the partner you came in, or are you gonna go with another partner that you might potentially like at the evening convention party, sex party, freak off? Consensual freak offs. I believe that's what it is. I believe the swing states are essentially states that have got it down. It's science. They've got the freak offs, but good freak offs, and that's what a swinger state is, filled with men and women who like to swap partners. And I learned that it comes down to swing states swapping partners, but nonetheless, at the end of the day, when it comes down to making a decision, they make a decision. It comes down to it. So swinger states, I learned, is that couples, people, families who swap families. You know what? You don't like your family. I get that. You don't like family members? Swap them out. Swing state. You don't like your work? Swap it with another work. Love your work, but don't like coworkers? Swap them. Hence the swing state. Kids not living up to the parents' expectations. Swap them. Get better kids. Get new kids. Get the neighbor's kids. Swap it. Swing state. Don't like the dollar amount that's showing up in your bank account? Swap it, swing it. Don't like the dinner that your husband or wife made for you? Swing it. Don't like the sport that you're watching on the TV channel? Swing it, swap it. Like the TV, but don't like what you're hearing? Swap it. You like swimming, but you don't like to get wet? Swing it. You like to play baseball, but you don't want to get hit in the head with a baseball? Swing it, swap it. You like to box, but you don't want to be bobbing and weaving? Swap it. You like the bobbing and weaving, but you don't particularly like the footwork? Swap it, swing it. That's what a swing state is, and I learned it on the internet learning everything, learning as much as we can, one day at a time, one step at a time, ladies and gentlemen. But that's just swing states. It's a swinger lifestyle. You never know what you're gonna get. Herpes, STDs, STIs, a little bit of the burnage in the urinary tract. Hells yes, sign me up, swinging. It's good now. Things are good now. Things are right there where we want them, exactly where we want them. Well, of course, it comes down to, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it matters, of course, but it comes down to you and us, you and I, me and you and I, getting out there and doing the things that we need to do step by step, little helping ourselves, help each other, help ourselves. Helping each other, help ourselves, help yourself, help yourself, helping you is helping me, help somebody, and you're helping yourself. There's something to that. Or, so get out there and to get after whatever, because things are going to be bright fucking, we're going to paint this town whatever color we like to paint it, and other colors too. But ladies and gentlemen, let's not digress, let's not get sidetracked from all the fun we're going to have today. Let us get a sip of this bad boy right here. Swinging in the States today. Big time swingers, they're swinging away now, swinging hard, swinging cause that's our thing, swinging fast, swinging loose, swinging tight, all the night. I'll say this, ladies and gentlemen, I just did take I noticed something that's been happening in the medical community that I'd like to bring to everybody's attention, that I've had enough of this shit. Ladies, happy for you, of course. I'm glad that you're getting your vag checked out at the old gyno, I'll say this, yes, females do get a free fingering at the gyno, which is nice. I'm happy for them. You go in there, you sit down, you lift your legs up in the air, you put it on one of those cool chairs, you open your legs up, doctor is looking at your vag with one of those helmets, with one of those construction helmets with the flashlight on top. The bats are flying out. There's a little snake that's just like slithering in and out. There's a little rabbit. Just eating little baby carrots who've lost their families, because these baby carrots were unaccompanied carrots and they didn't have big adult carrots to accompany, and so the carrot is being eaten by a little rabbit by your puss. That's the painting that we're painting right now. That's the scene that we're painting right now together. And there you go. He asks you how you been. All great. And he slips on an old elastic glove, snap, and in he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 fingers deep. Tells you to cough. And it's all for the medical and whatnot. But nonetheless, you are getting fingered, which is nice. I'm happy for you. It's great. He's in there elbow deep. Can you hear me now? And you're like, what? He's like, cough. You cough. He gets deeper inside you. Cough again. He is your doctor is neck deep in your vag. Gyno. So that's cool. I'm happy about that, of course. But then I thought to myself, well, what about the fellers? What about them fellers? What about the dudes? What about the guys? I believe our medical needs an update, dudes. Especially now that we're doing it together. Now that we've got the landslide, bro. Let's get some rights in here. Let's get some. I like to pitch an idea that I would like our medical procedures for dudes, for guys with testicles, with shafts, with rods, with penises, peniles, the cack, dick, and balls. Peeps with dicks and balls. I believe you should be going to the doctor, and I'm not quite sure, because they every once in a while you might get a physical, but they don't jerk you off. But I suggest we should get a jerk, medically speaking, that is. This has nothing to do with sex, nothing to do with sexual well-being or performance, but maybe it does. How do they know it's good if you're not getting stroked out, if you're not getting, the old twist and shout at the doctors? Your MD must, especially now with the you know, with technology evolving, they say soon everybody's going to be replaced by robots, including doctors. You might have like one guy, maybe like off in India, you'll call him up, and then that's something the computer couldn't like, the AI couldn't figure out. So your doctor from India will like talk to you face to face. And this, I'm just saying, if we're giving our jobs to these robots, shouldn't we be doing a little bit more so that it's more difficult for these bots to be getting in there and replacing us? So that's why I said to myself, you know what? First of all, how does a doctor know your junk is working properly? He doesn't. She doesn't. Specifically she. And we need more female doctors to be examining male genitalia, because who else would know? But the dudes aren't gonna know. The guy is probably the most he'll know about a cock is probably about his own cock, but females, we need way more female doctors, again, representing both the male and females, bringing the males and females together closer through science and medical experimentation. Every time you get a physical in there, there should be just quick milk, 2-3 minutes, quick milk, just to see if it's, if it's working properly. Because the females get the whole, they get the fingers in there, you get the fist in there, you get the, you get the elbow, you're going in nipple deep in a vag, you see it inside out. But how do you, and that maybe they can tell you if your erection is strong enough, if it's like good blood flow, because you go to the doctor at a certain point, you're a dude, they put a finger up your ass, and it's like, I don't, I can do that on my own if I want to, but why don't we just skip that and get a nice jerk, medical jerk, all right? And it's nothing sexual. Female doctor, no finger in the ass, medical jerk. Medical jerk, no finger in the, and I'm flexible. I don't care if as long as there's a medical jerk, at least, you know what I mean? Just milk it properly, see what's up, if it's working, just to make sure from a professional, because you don't know what every other person is, just a rookie out there, at least attempting to pretend to know. But you need a medical professional to do the old jerk and twist and make sure that you're coming properly. The amount, how do you know? You wouldn't know if you're coming the right amount, what about the taste? Does it taste properly? You need somebody out there, medically speaking, from a professional point of view, please. This has nothing to do with sexuality. It's the same with the females, of course. Full human doctor embedded in a vagina. It has nothing to do with the sexuals. It is particularly, in this case, it is only scientific. And it's only right that males get, obviously not the equal, but something close to that treatment. So you're welcome, everybody. Changing the medical scene one step at a time. Let your voices be heard at your local council. We want jerks. We want jerks. We want jerks. Jerks, 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 jerks. Do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are slipping and sliding all over the place today because it's November 6th and it's, oh man, I can feel it in the air. Christmas is around the corner. I know it's probably, I think it's like close to your Thanksgiving down in the United States, but we've already had that in Canada, so I can smell it in the air. It's Christmas. That or maybe it's a little bit of human feces. I've been walking past a particular spot near the near my regular spot for walking. I'm not quite sure. I believe it smells very close to human feces. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to deduce and say a beautiful homeless person may have taken a shit in the bushes, in the shrubs. Smells a little bit iffy, but I'm not gonna judge. I'll let you be the judge of that. But I don't even know what we're talking. How do we even get to the human feces from the bums on the street? Go round and round, round and round, round, and bums on the street go round and round, round and round, round and round. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'll say this. It's extremely easy to forget you're in a relationship or not. But let's say if it was though, because it is really, which one of us hasn't been in that place where, I forget whose vagina I'm supposed to eat out or whose cock I'm supposed to suck down tonight. I forget. You might say that to yourself. But what if I said we could change that together? What if I said there's a way to remember much, much easier than having to because you got so much information in your head that you got to cram from work, from relationships, from data that we're bombardment of overwhelmed with data, and you forget which vagina am I supposed to nibble on and which cock am I supposed to put in my throat, and you forget. But then I realized we've got these beautiful bushes, all of us. We've got this beautiful bush that we've all been gifted with, a bush. And I said to myself, why not utilize this bush? A lot of times people shave it or trim it or let it grow, but why not get your lover's face shaved or faded into your pubic bone area, so that every time you lower your pants to either take a piss or a dump or just getting ready to take a shower or just get ready to do the sex, you look at your pubic hair and it's your lover's face down there, and they know whose face is their face. Your wife's face could be on your pubic bone right now, but guess what? It's not, because you've been wasting time. We're not making use of our resources. Your husband's face, on top of your vagina, but like, faded into your pubic hair. Where can we get this done? I'm hoping, I've seen a lot of, like, you see it. There's so many talented people out there doing all sorts of crazy fades and shit with, with beards, with hair. You've seen it. Braids for the ladies or whatever. So much. Why not utilize the skills we already have as a collective and make relationships just a little bit more stronger? Maybe this could be what saves marriages in the future. Shaving your lover's face on top of your pubes, and every time you're at the urinal, ladies, you're at the female bathroom, you can lift up your skirts or lower your pants and show off your lover's face to your gal pals in the bathroom. And the next time, fellas, you're standing in the urinal stance. And then you've taken a firm stance in the urinal stand, and you're right there. You're about to pee and urinate, and then you turn around and there's somebody right next to you. They're about to pee, and you could face each other, and maybe after you peed, or maybe while you're still peeing, just to show off your wives and girlfriends' faces to the stranger that you're pissing next to, because that too will reaffirm to your new friend, acquaintance, stranger that you met in the bathroom, who that cock belongs to. That's Becky's cock. You know why? Because her face is on top of your cock, embedded, etched into your pubic hair. Beautiful. Never again will you remember, because then later in life that comes in handy too, because like later in life people get up to, we're getting fucking old and wrinkly at like 97 years old. You're like, oh, dementia, Alzheimer's, I could be losing my memory. Oh, tired of these guys. Oh, who's my wife? The old who's my wife trick at 97, yeah. I don't think so. You lower your pants, your grandpa pants, and right on your gray/white pubic hairs. There it is. It's etched on top of your cock. It's your wife. She's been with you for 57 years, you son of a bitch. Trying to forget. Good times, bad times, my ass. It's all been good times. All good times. Same with the ladies. Don't you be forgetting your fellas either. Get it etched, or the ladies with the ladies, whatever. So I don't care if we're doing les shit. Just get her face fucking etched out on your pubic hair. If we're doing the same for the dudes, if you're doing that gay shit, let's do it. Get Ricky's face tatted up, not tatted up. That's the next step. If you really wanna make sure people know and you never forget it tatted. But I think if you get it, you go once a month to your pubic hair barber, and that's a whole new, because like there's not a business for that, and that's a new business. And there you go, you're welcome, helping the economy, dude, creating new jobs. Fucking A. There's gonna be people fucking going to school, getting certificates to shave your lover's face. You bring a sketch of your wife's face to this guy named whoever, Julio or whatever, and he'll fucking etch it out. He'll fade it into your pubic hair. It's gonna be sweet. I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'll say this, ladies and gentlemen, are you tired of, going to a restaurant and you're just like, yeah, I'll table for two, table for four, table for 7.5, table for 8 3/4. You got a friend who's like, who's been in the war or whatever. He's missing limbs and shit. Eight and 1/5. Just a friend's arm remains from the whatever. He's a lifeguard who fights sharks on the weekend. You know, that guy. So you get the table, and yeah, they'll bring you the menu, you order your food, and there's your food and all of that. And the chef is in the back. You don't see anything, you don't hear about it. Next thing you know, waiter or waitress brings your plates, puts it down, your stuff in your face, everything's having a good time. We all have great friends and memories. That's fantastic. But what if I said today, hey, all that is great, but there's a new way of eating like an animal at a restaurant. Ever look at the wild and nature and say, my God, they're having so much fun. You see a pride of lions, you see a bunch of jaguars, you see a bunch of raccoons fighting over garbage. Yes, it's lovely. And what are they doing? They're getting their food and they're eating it with their face, no hands, no hands, maybe a little bit of hands, but mostly face, and no plates, no cutleries. And I think that's what we're missing in this eating experience, because and you can still have that. You can have the traditional classic restaurant experience, but the animal eating, you know, style of eating is going to be the new way of eating. You go to these restaurants, they put you in cages, and maybe the chef comes in, maybe like chucks the food at you, maybe like a steak, and maybe it's not cooked that well. Maybe we like it that way. Maybe we like a little bit more blood in our steaks. Maybe we like our bloody steaks. And they just toss it at you. No knife, no fork, no spoons, no straws. So you can't even suck on that steak, fam. Think about that shit. Can't even suck on that steak. You just gotta grab it with your teeth and just gnaw at it, and then maybe have a loved one, you know, grab the other end of the steak and just foam at the mouth and rip it apart and just bite into it until it's, you know, there's nothing left. Eat it off the floor on your hands and knees, on all fours. What an experience! An hour and a half, 2 hours just on your hands and knees. Maybe you know, instead of drinking wine from a wine glass like sophisticated individual, why not get primal? Why not get fucking right there? You know what I'm talking about? Like just innate, just natural instincts to be out there, just a little bit more. This is 2025, baby. I feel like it's the year we can do it. Have a little bit of look at the chef, you know, just rip a little bit of steak, just rip it up and just like maybe have the chef just like use tongs to kind of like feed it to you, and then just like, you know, take the steak super fast so you take the tong with it. So next time we'll just have to like chuck it at you, chuck the steak. Maybe roll around in your maybe pee a little bit in the corner, mark your spot. Oh, that's my spot. Next time you come, you know exactly where you're supposed to go. What is that? What does that smell? Oh, that's my urine. I smell that. Let me get in my zone. Let me get in my space. Of course, you'll have other guests frequenting the spot. There'll be other people who probably pee in your area as well. But maybe it's like you'll figure it out. You'll all pee in the same place, but it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. You'll still be able to distinguish which one is your pee, which area is your area. You're like, why don't I just rely on memory and the gift of sight to know where I've had my dinner last time in this beautiful restaurant? You totally could use your eyes and, you know, memory, of course, but why not use your nose? Smell it out. Be like, did I eat here in that corner, or did I not? Let me smell it. It's gonna be good, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Wednesday. We're doing it together, of course. Recently, I did have a little bit of, I went to the grocery store, I did a little bit of shopping. I got myself some pizza pockets, which I not had in some time. I'm like, let me switch it up. Let me do pizza pockets. I said that to myself. I got the pizza pockets and I warmed them up in the microwave. It says, put them in the microwave for a minute, take it out, flip it, put it in the microwave for another minute, and you're good to go. It said that, and I did that. I put it in the microwave, hit the microwave numero uno for 1 minute of heatage. Beep, beep, beep. After a minute, take it out, reverse it, do the same thing, take it out, and it's hot. It's fucking hot. It's scorching hot. It's really hot. Burnt myself all over the place. I said, wait a minute, and you could eat it in a minute. I couldn't because the outside is extremely hot, and the inside, because it's a pizza pocket. So it's just been, probably the heat is now absorbed all the way inside. It doesn't cool off until it cools off a little bit on the outside. So it's just safe enough for you to grab. But then you grab it and you bite into it and it's like hot lava. It's like the devil's dick is just like on my tongue. It's just like stabbing my tongue with its, you know, devil phallic shaped cock and you know, pitchfork. It's just right there on my, I'm like, I'm burning. This is not pleasant, but there was a taste of pizza in my mouth, which was good. It's all really fucked up in there now. I can't really feel the inside of my mouth, but I still got a few more left. So I know the next few days are gonna be hell. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a good experience. But you know, having that pizza pocket experience, I said to myself, why do we only have pizza pockets? Why did we stop at pizza pockets? Why didn't we go full pizza pants? Why didn't we go pizza shirts? Why didn't we go pizza, you know, at least give me a pizza sleeve, you know what I mean? Give me a pizza thong. Give me a pizza boxers. Why did we just go pizza pockets is my question. Who started this sick notion that we could just get away with the bare minimum? Just not even the actual full clothing. Maybe give me pants, no pockets, but you decided just give me pizza pockets? Just the pockets. Where am I gonna put this? Where is this pocket gonna rest if there's no pants, if there's no shirt? Who came up with this sick idea? So I wanna just recommend to everybody out there, if we stand together, I believe we can make pizza shirts, pizza pants, pizza shoes, pizza hats, pizza canes, for the elderly and the pimps, pizza bras, fam, pizza bras. Oh, hot pizza bras, putting the best of both worlds together, which is tits and pizza bras, bringing people to closer together, one step at a time. And yeah, I don't want to be ripped off thinking I'm getting this, and they make it seem like you're getting an experience because it's like, oh, it's a pizza pocket. But all the same, I'll say this: it's you know, missed opportunities, and there's a ton of room for improvement. I want a full blown pizza thong to go, please, and thank you. Pizza thong for this guy. Pizza shorts, pizza jorts. Just give me this tiny ass pizza pocket. I've got nowhere to put it. Think about that. Pizza pockets are a scam. I want a full-blown pizza parka, pizza toque, just close to a pizza pocket. But nonetheless, I do want more, and I will continue to get burns inside my mouth, and it's worth every bite. I don't care. I don't. Ladies and gentlemen, what else is going on in and around the world? Exciting events. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we did just recently have a little bit of an episode, a little bit of an animal versus human stitch that happened. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the name of this animal, I'm sure most of you, a lot of you, I've heard of this beautiful pet squirrel named Peanut, if I'm not mistaken. Peanut was, you know, it was a squirrel, it was a pet. This beautiful fellow found this beautiful squirrel, and it needed a place to stay. It was in between jobs. It was in between houses. It was working on a few things. Maybe whatever it was going. You know, maybe a divorce. Maybe two marriages. Maybe multiple families. This squirrel needed a place to stay. Nonetheless, good squirrel, good solid squirrel, and yeah, this beautiful gentleman and, if I'm not mistaken, maybe his wife, his partner, it doesn't matter. This guy took in this squirrel, and we all saw what happened in the past few days, week maybe, I forget when it really happened. It doesn't matter. The point is, people narked on this squirrel because they're like, oh, there's this guy holding a pet squirrel, and it's, oh, we're narking on this guy, and the feds and the agents went in there with the gang, the SWAT went in there and they broke down and they're like, we know you're in there, come out with your hands up in the air and leave your nuts alone. And they put the squirrel in front of a firing squad, and the squirrel said, you can take away my nuts, but you can take away my nuts, but not my freedom. The squirrel said that. And then the firing squad just emptied. And the tiny little squirrel dodged the bullets, dodging, dodging the bullets. The little squirrel dodged the bullets. The little squirrel dodged the bullets. And it went all over, but eventually there was so many people in the firing squad. And then the squirrel would blood everywhere. And the firing squad just kept a grenade, ninja stars, more firing squad. It was crazy. It went down just like that. Historically, it will forever be remembered just like that. The firing squad that took out the squirrel, aka Peanuts. But there's more to this story, I believe. There's more to it. I think we've learned something. And we've learned that people narc. That's one thing that I don't think that's new. People, that's something we learned. But other things that we've learned. The overreach thing, yes. All that stuff, yes. But positive things we can take away from this experience. And now that things have changed, now that we're taking a step in the right direction, now that, now that we're doing things, now we learn, if you want government agents paying attention to something, rodents, squirrels, I'm talking rats, I'm talking little hamsters, I'm talking gerbils, they like that shit. They like to take that shit out. Which is why I said to myself, I'm like, okay, all right. Nobody obviously likes the fact that we just took out a squirrel with a firing squad. Nobody likes that. But at the same rate, there are things to be learned. We learned that the agents do like to take out squirrels. So if we have a problem, I suggest we dress it up in a squirrel suit and have it be taken care of, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, if you catch my drift. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, if you catch my drift, if you know what I'm hinting at. If you know what I mean, if you know what I'm drifting at, if you know what I'm queefing about, if you know why I'm wet right now, if you know why I'm so hard right now, if you catch my drift, if you know why I'm hard, if you know why I'm queefing, if you know why I'm squirting right now, we dress all our problems in squirrel suits. I'm talking terrorists, send them squirrel suits and tell them that we don't like squirrel suits, so that they like the squirrel suit. Hence, they wear the squirrel suit. Next thing you know, gone. They're gone, because there are going to be agents on that ass. Al-Qaeda, gone. Houthis, gone. Hezbollah, gone. But first we need to get them to dress up as squirrels. But as soon as we get them to dress up as squirrels, gone. Right there. What else do we have problem with? I really don't know. Like anything you can think of that is a problem. Inflation, dress it up as a squirrel. High prices for housing, dress it up as a squirrel. Feds are going to be on firing squad on high prices. No, we're high prices, not the high. Dude, right there, dude. Solving problems. Who knew? Of course, it's tragic. We've lost a dear friend, a representative of our community. Peanut was you. Peanut was me. Peanut was all of us. Aren't we all looking for a branch to climb and a foot to hump? Aren't we all looking for a little snack? Aren't we all looking to nibble on a little vagina? Aren't we all looking to just grab a couple of nuts and be like, nah, 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 nah. Aren't we all looking to find somebody who's bigger than us so we can hop on their back and maybe just hop right back off and then like hop on their back again and then hop right back on and then maybe just run around in circles and then jump on their back and go around their neck and go inside their shirt and come out their pants? Aren't we all just looking to go to put ourselves in somebody's mouth and come out their asshole? Aren't we all just squirrels at the end of the day? Aren't we all just squirrels, ladies and gentlemen? Peanut, why? Why Peanut? So young, so squirrely. But let not this act of gruesome violence go in vain. Let not Peanut's name be forgotten. Let it be remembered through history or something, or for like 24 to 36 hours. But with the action that can remain from this is, again, if you've got a problem, agents don't like that squirrel shit. They don't like rodents. Dress it up. Resolve it in less than 24, 36, 48 hours, maybe 2 weeks. Nip it in the bud. Terrorisms, right there. International conflict, squirrel it up. Stock market, screw it up. Marriage problems, screw it up. No marriage problems, then fucking just, I wonder. Maybe the furry community can somehow be involved in this. Maybe we can finally find a use for the furry community. I'm talking specifically the ones that dress up as rodents. Maybe they could infiltrate fucking places that need to be infiltrated. Just let that sit on the back burner. Just let that sit on the back burner for a second, for a minute. I'll say this, what else has been going on in and around the world? I believe recently, if I'm not mistaken, it was last week, or maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter in time, I forget, just in the past few days. So much been going on. Spain, my Spaniards, my Spanish friends, Espanol, my Hispanics, my Spanish, my Hispanics, the people that like to dodge the bulls, the people that like to fill the city streets with bulls and toss babies in front of bulls and say, baby, go dodge a bull. So you become a Spaniard. Dodge that bull, they'll say, tossing their many babies at the bulls. And somehow, throughout all the years, there have been no babies that have been trampled by bulls. What is it with these Spanish babies? Join us next time. Of course, that's when we take a closer and deeper look into what it is that makes Spanish babies anti-bull. Today, we're going to focus on the devastating rainfall that's impacted parts of Spain. That there's been major flooding in some parts of Spain. Up to, I believe the last time I checked, this was a few days ago, I believe up to 150 people have died due to flooding in Spain, which sucks. Balls. Big, hairy balls. And they're not my balls, because my balls are now shaved, because I do manscaping. For who? No one at this particular moment, but I'm fucking ready, I'll tell you that much. I'll say that. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that a lot of people died due to heavy rains and flooding. I was just like, man, what is that? And they said this kind of rain has not happened for a really long time. 150 people died. And this kind of rain has not happened maybe for 100 years. 150 years, 200, we have not had this kind of rain. They said that. And I hear these floods and storms and shit. And that's just a curious mind, just like a little searchy poo that I gave to the old chat GPT because I wanted to know what's up with these floods, dude. I asked it. So what's up with these floods? And so, it just came back with like, oh, this, that, and the other. Long story short, climate change, all that jazz. And I'm like, I see your climate change, but what are we doing about it? Or is there any activity that's been going on for the past few years that may be contributing to this climate change? Perhaps something a little bit. Are we doing any cloud seedings in and around the areas? What I asked. I'm like, has Spain conducted any cloud seedings in the past? Or have any countries near Spain have conducted any cloud seeding in the past? And it said, yes, Spain has conducted some cloud seeding in the past couple of years. And notably, Morocco, a neighboring country as well, has been doing a lot of cloud seeding apparently. And I said, you know what, I came back, I dug a little bit deeper. I'm like, how many countries out of the roughly 195 countries, less than 200 countries, roughly 200 countries in the world, how many of these bad boys and bad gals have been doing cloud seeding in the past 5 years? And it said roughly 50 countries in and around the world have been doing cloud seeding in the past 5 years. That's just due to, service level research from the old chat GPT. So I was just like thinking, all these floods, all these storms that we've been having. I know there's like, obviously we've always had storms. Obviously we've always had hurricanes, storms, it's part of nature, part of life. But then you do hear places that don't get storms or rain or anything get like flooded with rain. And then you're just like, oh man, I wonder if the cloud seeding has anything to do with this climate change. And I said, no, more or less. I came back and I'm like, did it? I said, no, but I'm like, isn't that, are we then changing the climate then with our cloud seeding? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Or maybe there is no good or bad thing when it comes to cloud seeding. Is that what you're trying to tell me? And you're like, and I didn't find out any clear-cut answers, but I'm just curious, have these cloud seeding experiments, are they good for us? Because there's rumors now, they want to be blocking out the sun ray as well in some parts of the world. They're discussing that to lower temperatures. I don't know. I'll tell you what, this Halloween in Canada, in Toronto at least speaking, because I can't speak for all of Canada, but it was a relatively warmer temperature. And even today, it's been very nice. And I gotta be honest with you, it's actually kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, it is actually kind of nice. Because like 6 months of winter, it makes hair grow on a man's chest. It makes hair grow on a man's face. It makes women bundle up. It makes tits go behind heavy duty jackets, which are not to be seen until next spring, which sucks. And I said to myself, I don't know about all of this. I'm sure, of course, we have our impact. Of course, we do exist. Of course, we have our impact, and sure, what else? But I'm just like thinking, what is it with these heavy rains in places where they've not experienced, such rains in some time? Does cloud seeding have anything to do with it? If so, then why do we keep the cloud seeding? That is my next question to use out there. And if you have a good answer, then I'd gladly like to hear it. And if it's contributing to the storms, do we do more cloud seeding for the storms and the tornadoes and the hurricanes? Do we do more or less? Fight cloud seeding with what if all countries started cloud seeding? What if we just made it rain? What if we just got wet? Tell you what, let's cloud seed for let's all just hamper down 6 months. Let's do one heavy rain. And then let's chill on the rain, or 6 months if it's too much, maybe 2 months of rain, perpetual rain, 1 month of perpetual rain, and then we just and then it's just sunshine all around. Because I don't want it to be just I don't want it to flood. But if it were gonna flood, I'd like to if we're controlling it, I'd like to be okay, tell me when it's gonna flood. If we're doing November to December flood or whatever, pick I don't care about the date. Just more so want to know when it's gonna let's pick a date, pick a location, make it rain. Let's all get wet. Let's get in our Speedos. Let's everybody get comfortable, get in our Speedos, make it rain. And how do we make it stop? Obviously the deaths are devastating. I hope that happens less, but if we could somehow avoid it, and the best way to fight climate change, at the end of the day, I did my own due diligence and research, and I found out that the best way to fight climate change is through implementing more DEI and more trans. Whatever we're doing to fight trans and to battle, climate change is to implement more trans. I think we need to gay it up. We need to gay it up, trans it up, and that's how we fight climate change, ladies and gentlemen. If we could just get more people in the WEF and more people in the UN to just go a little bit harder with more DEI, more trans, and you're we're already doing a good amount of trans. I want to see more, because I don't think anything fights climate change as quite effectively as DEI and trans. If we just trans it up, and you're these are good levels of trans, I want to see more. To be particularly honest, I want to see more chopped off dicks and more penile surgeries for the females who want to just more trans to fight climate change. I think the community, the plus S, LGS, the LGTB, LGBTQT, the LGT quarterback, the quarterback guaranteed, the quarterback, the double quarter pounder cheese with the lettuce, the hold the tomatoes, but bring the cheese and the lettuce, give me extra bacon with the plus and the question mark and the exclamation mark. If we can just somehow get more trans behind climate, we can totally tackle it together. More chopped off dicks statistically is shown to lower levels of floods. I've seen it, I've heard it, and I will make sure we implement it together. How do we do it? Whatever the cost is, I don't care. We do it together. We trans it up real hard. And again, you're we're doing enough trans. More trans, even more trans. And I personally, I found a guy downtown, Chinatown. You go for the upside down swinging, hanging, deep fried duck. You get the duck, trans is on the house. Upside down, nude duck, deep fried, in questionable liquids, deep fried duck, $7.99, trans on the house, dude. We get more trans, fight climate change, eat a little bit of duck. Win-win-win for everybody. And you go for the duck, but you stay for the trans. That's what I say. And you fight climate change together. Or we could just stop the cloud seeding. We could just do the cloud seeding, very minimally if need be. If summer is really dry, if summer needs that, you know, if somewhere is not lubricated, because fucking Diddy took all the lube, and somewhere in and around the world, you're like, we need this place to get moist real quick. And guess what? There's not gonna be any lube for some time, because Diddy used it all in his freak offs, and it's over, it's gone. There's a lack of lube out there, ladies, and I get it. Some countries might be really dry right now. So I say to myself, hey, if I could just come out here and just, you know, maybe just be a part of the solution, be one little piece of the puzzle. I'll do my part. So I'm willing to go there with you so we can get it all chopped off or add it on together. So to trans and fight climate change together. At the same rate, I do want to speak about this, of course, after getting a sip of this bad boy right here. We do have the technology. Why are not people getting extra? Like, why don't we see the third tit at this moment in time in history? Why don't we see somebody go trans positive? I like to call it trans positive, which is like a new movement where you double down on your sex gender. Like whatever you are, like if you're a male, you double down and you get like an extra cock. You get an extra cock. Nobody positive genders anymore. Nobody positive sex genders transes positively anymore. Nobody does like that. Or it's never been done before. Nobody does that. Hardly ever. Do people walk in and be like, you know what, I like what I got. I'm gonna have the same, more of the same. You know, like more of the same. Instead of taking something off the top, instead of giving you a little trim, add a little bit more. That's the next level. That's the next, I want to see that happening. I do want to see people going in and getting like an extra vagina. Get an extra vagina. Why close it up? Why close one when God, nature, aliens, nature, the universe, whatever that you believe in, gave you vaginas? Why when it opened a window, it really was pointing to you to open another door. It wasn't saying that you should close that window or door. It was indicating that maybe, just maybe, get an extra batch, get 3 vaginas. And all of a sudden, you'll notice that you're playing with 3 vaginas and on one body, which is like, it's glorious. That's what it is. I don't see why people are not getting more, they're getting less. And again, tits, we do have the technology, because like if we can have 2 fake tits and they're fake, they don't do anything anymore. You can't lactate anymore, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure about the technology. Maybe it's gotten better to the point where you now can have fake tits and lactate too. I'm pretty sure you can't. But again, I'm not a scientist, at least not a qualified one, at least not with a certificate. But like if you want me to, like, again, take you to places, do some procedures, you know, let's do it. I will spit on my hands, make sure they're clean, and I will get to work. But the point is, ladies and gents, that yeah, if there's 2 fake tits, why not go for the third? What is stopping us to go for that third tit? Really? Or 4, you're like, I don't want to be off balance. I get it. Get 4. You already got the 2 on top. Either get 2 above it, just fucking decked out, double decker tits right to the neck, right there, double tits, fucking double quadruple tits. You know what I'm talking about? Because you haven't seen that, and we do have the technology, and everybody seems to be getting rid of. You know what I mean? Like, you know, celebrities chopping off their tits. Get more tits. More is better. I know we say less is more, but at the end of the day, more is more. No one said, I'll have less money because less is. Nobody's ever said that, and everything at the end of the day is commodified. We're all commodities. We're all just, you know, so more is more. Get more, whatever you have, double that. And it doesn't even have to be in your genitalia area. It could just be literally, you could get an extra vagina on your thighs. There's plenty of room where you could have, and next time you're like, man, I wanna fucking get fingered, but I don't want to take off my pants, and you're wearing shorts, right on your upper thigh, or your lower thigh rather. Vagina, just finger that vagina on the lower thigh. There you go, right there. Guys, multiple penises, I'm pretty sure we can get it going. I'm not quite sure how the urination is gonna work, or the scientists, that's how it's gonna work. Science, physics, we can do it. We can definitely redirect, so you get 2 pee holes / maybe redirect, just add a valve. We can't add another valve. You can't just make another, you could definitely do it. I'm pretty sure we could do it. 2 penises, bam, and that way, instead of, you know, you're inside your wife or your girlfriend, and she's like, again, put a finger up my ass when you're halfway through and I'm about to climax, when just on my edge, because if you want to edge with me, you gotta edge hard. She'll say that, edge, baby, edge. And then once I'm gonna come, finger in the asshole. She'll say that. Well, instead of fingering you, another cock, but it's your cock, and it's not something like, you know, it's not like a dildo that doesn't have anything. She feels great, but what about you? What if you had 2 cocks? That's the future. And then get 3. Get 2 cocks. One is your original one. The other one is maybe above or below your cock, so you can do the DP yourself instead of resorting to fingers. Hands-free DP. Hands-free DP is the future. Better Wi-Fi and hands-free DP. That's the future, and better, faster highways. Highways with no potholes. DP with your 2 penises, and a 3rd penis on your throat, or maybe around your mouth, like just on your cheek, just you know, like a beak hanging out. But then you could put that one in her mouth, or if it's a dude, in his mouth. I don't care, whatever you like, I supports it. But have one. There should be like a cock right around the neck, face region, so you don't need to turn around in 69. You could insert your regular cock into the holes that are down there in the genitalia area, and the other cock up top goes right in the mouth, and fucking it's just like winning all around. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'll be back here again on Friday, and in the meantime, let us remember that we've just come together. Let us remember that it's a glorious day. Slipping and sliding hard, but no one listening. Get out of here. Peace out.